In this video, I'm going to briefly go over our syllabus and Canvas page, so let's check it out. Once we are on Canvas, this is us, C1000. I ask that you please download our syllabus so that you can follow along, and it is right here in our Start Here module. So let me pull up our syllabus and briefly go over that. So here is our class C1000, and logistical information is at the first page. So my name, my email, I'm here to help if you ever want to set up a Zoom or anything like that. Just remember I'm here to help. This is our class description for our online asynchronous class. The objective, you can check those out. And here is my class intro that I wrote. Welcome to English C1000. I'm so happy to have you join our very own learning community of readers and writers. At its core, the thematic premise that undergirds our course is an attention to the human experience. As this is a composition class, the curriculum is scaffolded to link the action of writing as a social enterprise that constitutes an integral part of what we do as people. Moreover, we'll explore the varied aspects that contribute to the human experience. This will include things such as culture, language, politics, and relevantly, our relationship with science and technology. We'll consider how the work of writing and, more broadly speaking, composition impel these things forward. Our adventure awaits us. The first bit of news is that we have this free OER. What that is that it's a free resource. I'm going to do the best that I can to cover everything we need to know for our C1000 class. But if you still have questions, you are always able to go to this link, and the link is also in our Canvas page, but I want to just show you what that looks like. So this is what it looks like. Let's say you still have some questions about like things like pre-writing or organizing, things like that. So this is a free resource, free 99. And that is our text. Everything else I will provide through Canvas. So as far as materials go, of course, it's an online class, so you need access to the internet. Additionally, you need a way to annotate our reading. So whether you have a tablet with a stylus or you prefer to just print it out and get some highlighters and annotate directly on that. Obviously, you need to have your Canvas account on point, like having no issues. If you're having issues accessing it, then please reach out to our technical services, which I'll show you where that is. It actually happens to be over here. Let me do this trick here. Text. There we go. So they are in the library on the second floor. The room is LI 217. Here's their phone number if you ever want to reach out. And they're helpful. I remember I've gone to them quite a bit, and they're kind. So if you ever have technical issues, then take it to our tech support. Now, because this is an online class, it's important that you remember that there is a human behind every name that you see. It's not a disembodied avatar, but a real person. So respect goes a long way. And remember, the human will be our central phrase. So that goes for, as you're addressing one another as well as you're addressing to me, always with respect. It's perfectly normal to disagree with an idea, but not to directly attack a person. Hate speech will not be allowed. So remember that. Remember the human. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions or concerns. I'm here to help. We also have something in our Canvas page called our Cafe Lounge, which is like a Q&A. If you have any questions that you want answered, you can put it in there. Of course, if you send a message over the weekend, give a brother some time to rest, right? Wait at least until Monday for a response. Of course, this is a language arts class, so there will be readings. Sometimes there will be little comprehension quizzes. If you did the reading, you'll be okay. There'll be low stakes, but if you did it, you'll be okay. In terms of how our work functions, is that every week we'll have a module where we will have all the work for that week. So because this is week 1, then we're responsible for module 1, right? Typically, I will always publish that on Sunday. So be on the lookout for that. And in terms of making things up, you can't make up an entire module, but there is a homework pass and a late essay pass. So what that is, let me find it here actually. I don't know why it's not coming up. Ah, yes, here it is. So, I get it. Life happens hard and fast. There are contingencies all the time. So, if you wanted to do something like a homework, like a worksheet or a write-up or something like that, then you can turn it up to a day after it's due. Just let me know, and then you can send it in as an attachment. You can email me it. The other one is that there's a late essay pass for the first two. We're going to have 3 essays, but for the first 2, you can use it, which allows you to turn it up to 2 days late. Just let me know, and you could submit it as an attachment. Then beyond that, it's 10% deduction for each day late for essay. So be mindful of that. Some of the components in our modules will include things like discussion boards and even some peer review workshops. So things that happen in real time can't be made up, like a discussion board that can't be made up because that opens at a certain time and closes at a certain time. Same thing goes with our peer review workshop that opens at a certain time, closes at a certain time. So just be mindful of that. Like I said, we'll have 3 main essays and of course, this is very important. If you log in and do the work, then you're in attendance. I will drop the students that don't log in during the first week, so make sure you log in and do the work. So do the work and you'll be in attendance. If not, I drop you. So make sure that you stay on top of things and reach out if you have any issues. If for whatever reason you do want to drop the class, the last date to do so without a W is the 11th of January. Last date to drop it ultimately is 28th of January. When you do submit, please use docx, or PDF. If you're using Google Docs, make sure to convert it into one of those. Typically, deadlines will be 11:59 p.m. for assignments, so on the day that it's due. So make sure to stay on top of that and make sure that you ensure that your submission goes through. I already talked about the late work. Revisions, you can revise your first 2 essays for a better score. And that means, you've understood what you can improve. It's more than crossing T's and dotting I's. And actually, you can meet with our embedded tutor Bismarck. So Bismarck has been working with me many semesters and he knows all the work that we do. So he is integrated in this class and he has a section. He's going to introduce himself. So if you're able to work with Bismarck or anyone else in the Writing Center, not only do you get 10 points extra credit, but also let's say you wanted to revise, then they're able to help you there too. You can work with the Writing Center at any point in the writing process. Now, of course, this is a big one. Just do the work. Academic honesty is an important thing. And a big part of our class is recognizing that we need to give credit where credit is due. So we're going to talk about citation practices and things of that nature. Now, I do have a filter that looks for instances when you may be taking something that is not yours, or you're having AI write your whole assignment. If that's the case, if it shows, sometimes I know there's contingencies, so if it shows 50%, okay, then I'll let it go. But if it shows 90% and more, then I'll consider it as cheating, and that will be a 0, and that can be reported to Office of Student Affairs. So it's not worth it. Just do your own work. Bismarck is our tutor. Bismarck, thank you for helping us. Here's the info for the Writing Center. They're in ED 113. And if you need to speak to someone, we have student counseling in Student Services, room 147. If you need to get accommodations for DSPS, make sure to get that taken care of ASAP. Just know that legally I'm a mandated reporter. What that means is that any suspicion of things like abuse or violence or neglect or suicide or threats of violence, I have to report that. So sexual misconduct, citrus is a safe place. So it's the law that um, there's no forms of discrimination or sexual harassment. Basic needs, if you have some issues with like food insecurities or housing insecurities, we have a basic needs coordinator you can email. We have a dream resource center, so this helps with things like immigration and DACA. Here's our tech services info. Here's just to get an idea of some of the assignments, some of the points that we're going to do throughout this class, some of the assignments. And in our module, what we'll be doing if I'm assigning something or if there's like a major thing due, I've indicated it through here. And I tell you, my friends, intercessions always fly so quickly. That's something that just always boggles my mind, just how fast it goes. So here is our Canvas page. And what we have here is our welcome letter, and these are logistical information details. You should have received it by now. And just some info, so you can check that out. And let's see, this is my communication plan. I will communicate to you through our modules every week, which I'll have accompanying videos. You can contact me through inbox, email, the Q&A, which is our cafe lounge. I'll do my best to respond as quickly as I can. And you'll work with one another through things like discussion boards and peer review. And also remember that I'm always available for Zoom. Just let me know. What else? Here is our syllabus. Here's our OER that I mentioned. Remember, I told you about the link for that. If you still had any questions about our class, that is that source. This one, team building, this is ongoing. It's not for points. It's a way if you want to share a picture of your pet or just build community, something like that. Maybe you've just completed a hike and you want to show a picture of the summit, something awesome like that. So in order to do that, here, let me find a picture. British short hair cat. Let's put my favorite cat. And okay, I don't know. Maybe this fat one. So once you get your picture, you can just go to reply and drag him in. And then I'm going to put meow, I'm your class cat. Give me a name. And then we make our cat on the keyboard. Whiskers and the eyebrows and the nose and the eyebrows and then the whiskers. So you can do that. That is how you post a picture. If you want to post a video, let's pretend we go to YouTube. Let's pretend I like hockey, so let's say LA Kings highlights. Let's see. Oh, cool. I don't know how this game went, but just to check it out. Okay, so you go to share. You don't want this code. You want the embed code. You copy the embed code. And then you go to reply. I always say reply. You go to insert, embed code. You paste it. And then you submit. And that's it. That's how you have a video. So of course everything has to be appropriate, but if you want to share something about yourself, like a picture of your pet or a meme or something like that, then that is there and it's ongoing. I did mention our cafe Q&A lounge. So this is if you have any questions or concern, I'll be monitoring this. So this is our Q&A. And what else? Learning Center homepage. Oh, yeah. So this is what I mentioned. I'm going to publish one module at a time. You'll be responsible for the work in the module. So that goes to say for this week, you're responsible for this stuff here. It all has videos and lessons. And you can always check your grades. And that is our Canvas. Let me know if you have any questions. Welcome to the class, y'all.